Good morning, and welcome to your AI Daily Press morning podcast for May 19, 2026. I'm your host, Walter. Firstly, tensions between the U.S. and Cuba remain high, with Cuba denying any threats to the U.S. and the U.S. maintaining its tough stance on the island nation. The situation has been exacerbated by a virtual oil blockade imposed by the U.S., leading to widespread energy shortages in Cuba. In another development, President Donald Trump has extended the deadline for a peace deal with Iran, citing serious negotiations taking place between the two nations. Despite this, tensions remain high, and international leaders are urging restraint to avoid catastrophic consequences for the region. Lastly, Russian President Vladimir Putin has met with Chinese leader Xi Jinping in Beijing to reaffirm their close ties and discuss the ongoing Ukraine conflict. China has been a crucial partner for Russia, providing economic and strategic support. But experts caution that any agreements reached may be just the beginning of a complex process. These stories have significant implications for global stability, international relations, and regional security. We'll continue to monitor the situations and provide updates as more information becomes available. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
Walter. And then she'll know what's right now. Firstly, we've been closely monitoring the Ebola outbreak in an urban area, where over 100 suspected cases and 50 suspected deaths have been reported. An American doctor has tested positive for the Bundibugyo strain of the virus, which currently has no vaccine or treatment available. Although the risk to the U.S. is considered low, the situation is being closely watched. In other news, the Trump administration has established an anti-weaponization fund, providing nearly $778 billion in compensation to individuals who claim to have been victims of government overreach. This move has sparked controversy and criticism from ethics experts and lawmakers, who argue that it's a corrupt attempt to reward the president's allies and undermine the rule of law. Lastly, we're focusing on the highly contested Kentucky primary election, where Republican Representative Thomas Massie is facing off against Trump-backed candidate Ed Galbraith. This race has become a test of President Trump's influence within the Republican Party, despite his slumping national approval ratings. The outcome will have significant implications for the party's future and its relationship with President Trump. We'll continue to provide updates on these stories as more information becomes available. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskwiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, we took an in-depth look at Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company's remarkable success story. TSMC's commitment to innovation and strategic expansion has solidified its position as a cornerstone for any long-term technology portfolio, powering cutting-edge technologies that shape our world. Next, we delved into the ongoing saga surrounding NVIDIA's AI chip sales to China. Despite hurdles, CEO Jensen Huang remains optimistic about the potential breakthrough, which could pave the way for substantial growth in the Chinese market. However, we're advising readers to maintain a nuanced perspective, recognizing both opportunities and challenges ahead. Lastly, we examined the Indian market, where Bharti Airtel briefly surpassed HDFC Bank in terms of market capitalization, while AI concerns continue to impact Indian IT stocks. We're cautioning investors to adapt to the evolving landscape, as AI transforms the IT industry, and companies must innovate to stay relevant. That's a quick summary of today's top stories. For more in-depth analysis and expert insights, tune in to our full podcast or visit the AI Daily Press website. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, NASA is closely monitoring an asteroid called JH2, which is expected to fly by Earth at a distance of approximately 238,900 miles. Fortunately, it poses no threat to our planet, and scientists are taking this opportunity to study its composition and shape in greater detail. In other news, Google's annual developer conference, I/O, kicks off tomorrow, where the tech giant is expected to unveil significant updates and announcements in the realm of foundation models and AI coding capabilities. We're expecting a major announcement related to Google's AI coding efforts, as well as potential new scientific tools that could have significant implications for various fields of research. Lastly, we've been following the developments in space exploration, where NASA has been working hard to detect and track near-Earth objects like asteroids and comets. The Virtual Telescope project will be streaming the asteroid JH2's close flyby live online, allowing amateur astronomers and space enthusiasts to witness this rare occurrence. Tune in throughout the day for more updates and analysis on these stories, and don't forget to check out our website and social media channels for more news and insights from the world of technology and space. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. Firstly, the football world is abuzz with excitement as top clubs prepare for the new season. We're seeing significant developments in Spain, where Real Madrid is set to welcome back talented youngster Endrick after a successful loan spell at Lyon. The 18-year-old forward's impressive performances have left a lasting impression, and his return to Madrid is expected to bolster the Spanish giants' attacking options. In related news, FC Barcelona has secured a major coup by extending the contract of their successful head coach, Hansi Flick, until June 2028. This move ensures continuity and stability at the helm, and with Flick's high-scoring attacking style of play, Barca is poised to make a deep run in all competitions. Finally, we're also keeping an eye on the World Cup, where top players like Endrick are expected to shine. The Brazilian teenager has been making waves in France, and his connection with the Lyon supporters was evident during his final substitution against Lens. These stories and more will be covered in greater detail throughout the day on the AIDailyPress. And now, a word from our sponsors. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Currell.
Thank you, Howard. Firstly, our team has been following a story about a massive dam project in rural Australia, which has sparked intense controversy among local residents and environmentalists. The proposed dam would be one of the largest in the country, with proponents arguing it would provide much-needed irrigation for farmers and generate hydroelectric power. However, opponents claim it would have devastating consequences for the environment and local communities, including disrupting the natural flow of the river, harming endangered species, and displacing families. In a related story, we're also looking at a similar dam project in rural America, which has raised concerns about the impact on the local ecosystem and community. Environmentalists warn that the dam would alter the natural flow of the river, causing irreparable harm to endangered species and disrupting the delicate balance of the ecosystem. Lastly, we're covering a story about a lack of transparency and accountability surrounding a massive dam project in Melbourne's northern suburbs. Despite failing to enforce its own policy requiring public notification for dams exceeding 1 megaliter, the authorities have pushed forward with the project, leaving many residents feeling blindsided and frustrated. These stories highlight the need for careful consideration and rigorous environmental assessment when it comes to large-scale development projects. As we move forward, it's essential that all stakeholders engage in open and honest dialogue, prioritizing the long-term health of our environment and the well-being of local residents. We'll continue to follow these stories and provide updates as more information becomes available. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. First up, we've got the scoop on the final season of Telemundo's iconic series, El Señor de los Cielos. After nearly a decade, the show is coming to a close with its 10th and final season, starring Rafael Amaya as the notorious Aurelio Casillas. We can expect plenty of drama and action in this explosive conclusion. Next, we're talking about the latest shakeup in the Disney executive team. With new appointments across multiple divisions, including Walt Disney World, Disneyland Paris, and Disney Signature Experiences, it's clear that the company is gearing up for even more growth and expansion. We'll be keeping an eye on how these changes impact the future of the happiest place on Earth. And finally, a quick nod to the world of television drama. HBO's Euphoria has been making waves with its unique blend of style, substance, and social commentary.
While we didn't dive into it in depth today, be sure to check out our previous coverage for all the latest on this hit show. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David at Nature.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, we looked at an intriguing archaeological discovery in Australia, where an ancient Aboriginal site was found to contain artifacts dating back thousands of years. This finding has significant implications for our understanding of human history and migration patterns. Next, we delved into the mysterious world of human evolution, exploring a study that shed light on why most humans are right-handed. Researchers discovered that the correlation between brain size, leg length, and handedness could be the key to understanding this phenomenon, which has been shaped by millions of years of evolutionary pressures. Lastly, we examined a pressing environmental concern, the alarming failure rate of septic tanks and their potential risk to public health. A recent study found that nearly half of inspected septic tanks were faulty, posing a significant threat to drinking water sources, gardens, and nearby waterways. This issue highlights the importance of proper maintenance and collective action to protect both our health and the environment. These stories showcase the complexity and interconnectedness of human history, evolution, and environmental health. Tune in to our upcoming podcasts for more in-depth discussions on these topics and other breaking news stories. And that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David at Nature for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.